The Texas A&M Fighting Aggies head to Columbia, Missouri to take on the Missouri Tigers. Game's 3:30 Eastern Time on ABC. Texas A&M about a 7-point favorite right now. This is a really interesting game. You have an undefeated team that's favored by a touchdown or less against a 6-2 opponent that just lost to Vanderbilt on the road, kind of had their heart ripped out in that performance as well. Mike Elko's done an incredible job. First 8-0 start for A&M since 92. They have had some marquee moments, like a win on the road at Notre Dame, dominating LSU in Baton Rouge. One of the few remaining undefeated teams in college football. A&M, of course, controls their own destiny. This is their third true road test, and they did have a narrow escape at Arkansas a few weeks ago. Now, for Missouri, things are very different. They are urgent for the Missouri Tigers. They're 2-2 in the SEC. They're 6-2 overall. If they want to get back into the playoff conversation, they're not mathematically eliminated right now, but it's win or go home now, I think, from this point forward for Eli Drinkwitz. And this is a playoff game for them. Probably not so much for Texas A&M. Question number 1, how will Missouri overcome the injury to Bo Pribula? Now, their starting quarterback, Bo Pribula, bad injured ankle against Vanderbilt. He's not going to be back. This is really, really unfortunate because he was a leader and did a great job for an offense that was in the top 25, for an offense that scored a bunch of points. And through 8 games, he'd been very, very solid. He was a seasoned veteran, a graduate transfer, and was very important. So his loss removes the experience from the quarterback position. Stepping into the void is true freshman Matt Zollers, the highly touted recruit. He will be making his first career start against the number 3, 4, 5 team in the country. And this is a team that can go and win a national championship. And if you watch him, albeit limited, watched every single one of his college pass attempts, I'm pretty impressed what I've seen from Zollers up to this point. As most significant action came against Vanderbilt, I think he came on in relief and played pretty well. Threw for 138 yards and a touchdown in that game. Gave Missouri a chance. The moment wasn't too big for him. So hopefully now with a week's worth of work, he'll be in a better spot. Now, the other area of concern is that the most reliable asset for the quarterback is a very dependable tight end. Well, Missouri's starting tight end, Brent Norfleet, he leads the team with 5 touchdown receptions. He hurt his shoulder against Vanderbilt, and as of this point, it's a little bit questionable as to whether or not he's going to go. He's a tough guy. I expect him to try, but will he be at 100%? So Zollers' first start without that veteran presence and primary red zone weapon and arguably their most dependable possession receiver. So the game plan probably going to be a little simpler. It's probably going to be not so much being dynamic offensively, but you got to protect your young quarterback. You got to create a run-heavy, ball control, clock shortening attack. And I think you'll be building things around Matt Zollers from a situational situation. You don't want to be in 3rd and longs. So if it becomes a 3rd and long fest, look out, because that's when the Aggie pass rush takes over. They have 32 sacks this year. That's top 5. Question number 2, can Texas A&M limit this rushing attack? Now, knowing that they're probably not going to put too much on Zollers' shoulders, that means the entire offensive fate rests on the shoulders of Ahmad Hardy, their outstanding running back. He's one of the most productive running backs in the country. He's got nearly 1,000 yards. He's top 4 in the country running the football. He is a workhorse. 6 yards a carry, nearly 120 a game. He's found the end zone 11 times. So with Pribula out, he's the guy that will have to be great in this game. So their ability to kind of execute the game plan and control the clock and to protect the quarterback is dependent on Hardy's ability to consistently move the chains against a really good Texas A&M front. And on paper, you would think it'd be kind of a favorable matchup for A&M. But then you look a little bit deeper, A&M has given up some points this year. What's more interesting is that their scoring defense is 13th out of 16 in the SEC. Well, you wouldn't think that that's a national title contender when you dive into it, but when you watch them, it's like, goodness gracious, how do you block these guys? Now, specifically against the run, the Aggies have been good, but they haven't necessarily been completely dominant. They're giving up around 120 a game. They have given up a decent amount of big plays on the ground. That's where those numbers begin to get inflated. They've given up 13 carries of 20-plus yards. That's 99th in college football. They've allowed 25 rushes of 10-plus yards. That's 55th. So this will be the best running back that A&M has seen up to this point, and he will be the focus of this defensive attack because I don't think they're going to try to do too much with movement, trying to create negatives. They just need to tackle, and tackling is not easy to do against Ahmad Hardy. Takeaway number 3 and question number 3. How will Missouri contain Marcel Reed and Texas A&M's weapons? Now, they are really good on defense. They're top 13 in scoring. They allow less than 17 points a game. They're 5th in the country in total defense. They give up less than 250. What makes them great is they don't really have an exploitable weakness. They're really good against the pass. They're really good against the run. They can do both. And this A&M offense, they are so good. Colin Klein and the offensive coordinator, he's done an amazing job this year. They are one of the best in terms of total offense and scoring. They have been prolific. And Marcel Reed has forced his way into the Heisman conversation, and deservingly so. Nearly 2,000 through the air, just 6 interceptions this year to go along with 17 touchdowns. He's also one of the more dependable run threats in the entire country at the quarterback spot. Now, he's been kind of dominant at times, and he's got a really good supporting cast. You got a couple of go-to wideouts in Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver, who have tremendous speed in the open field. You have a good, solid running back core as well, led by Reuben Owens. Is a balanced, explosive, and confident unit that has proven time and time again they can score against elite competition. Question 4. Can Missouri's 6th-ranked defense generate negative plays and turnovers? Now, this is a defense that is really, really athletic. They're very effective. They can make plays in the backfield. The defense must force turnovers in this game. This is one area where A&M has been maybe the tiniest bit vulnerable. Now, Marcel Reed, for all of his brilliance, does have those 6 picks that I referenced, did throw 2 against LSU. As a team, the Aggies have turned it over a little bit. So it will be very, very important for Missouri to be opportunistic if Marcel Reed gives them a chance to get hands on the football. Question 5. Can the Aggies continue to be situationally elite on defense? A&M is number 1 in third down defense. Teams are converting less than 22% of their third down attempts against the Aggies. They give up less than 19% on 3rd and 3 to 6. Think about that. 3 to 6, that's where the offense wants to live in third down. They're giving up less than 19%. They're giving up 15% on 3rd and 7 plus. So basically, to convert third downs against the Aggies, you better be in 3rd and 1 or 2. And that's pretty much it. They are so good. And this metric kind of reframes the entire game. It's not whether or not can Ahmad Hardy run the ball on the Aggies. It's can Ahmad Hardy run well enough on 1st and 2nd down to get them to 3rd and 2 or less. Question 6. Can the Aggies create momentum on special teams? In terms with special teams efficiency, A&M's top 3 in the SEC. Missouri, on the other side, kind of in the middle nationally when it comes to rankings on special teams. So this is a potentially game-tilting advantage for Texas A&M. They have a super explosive punt returner in Casey Concepcion. He's a threat to score every single time he touches it. And knowing that Missouri's offense, led by a freshman quarterback making his first start, maybe it'll be a little bit more conservative, probably going to be punting a little more than they'd like. So this 64th ranked special teams unit is going to be under a lot of pressure to execute flawless punt coverage against one of the best return men in all of college football. So hidden yardage could be a factor here in favor of the Aggies. I think this is going to be a really low scoring game. I fully expect Missouri's defense to battle. I think they'll hold down the fort, and I think they'll make it a 1-possession game in the 4th quarter. So expecting low scoring here, but ultimately it's Texas A&M and their defensive line that will prevail. I like the Aggies, but close, I would take the points in what should be a very entertaining football game between 2 really well-coached football teams.